effective reading strategies. Good readers don't just read and keep their minds quiet. Good readers work with the reading, and they think about things linked to whatever they are reading. They ask questions, make predictions, make connections to their own life and other readings, make pictures in their minds, draw conclusions, clarify their understanding, and more. Today, we are going to talk about the questioning strategy. Be sure you have a piece of paper and a writing utensil. You will need it for the activity at the end of this video podcast. Pause the video and get what you need at this moment. Questioning is the act of asking questions, either before reading, during reading, and after reading, to gain a better understanding of the material. The questions you ask will help you to deepen your understanding of the reading material. Asking questions throughout the reading process will help ensure that you are focusing on the reading and comprehending it to the best of your ability. When engaging in the questioning strategy, you will ask questions that will help you make predictions. What will happen next? Will the character talk to his mom? Clarify your understanding of what has happened. Why did he start to yell unexpectedly? Or maybe as you read, you will develop it and find the actual answer. Or, why is this war so critical? Learn new vocabulary words. Don't just glaze over words. If you don't know what they mean, question it and try to find the answer. You will also connect to your life. You may ask questions linked to opinions that allow you to link to your life, your viewpoints, and the world that you live in. Help develop a larger interest. Perhaps you are reading about a topic that just interests you and you don't get all the information from the reading. You may ask detailed questions and later go out to seek the answers to those questions. And ultimately, deepen your understanding. You may ask who, what, where, when, why, how, I wonder questions, and any other type of question to really get to the heart of the matter. Does that make sense? We're ready to begin. There are two types of questions that you may ask. Let's think of them as thick and thin questions. Think of a sandwich. A thin sandwich has less meat, while a thick sandwich is one that will have more meat. A thin question is one where you will probably find the answer either immediately or shortly thereafter, and one that does not involve a lot of thinking. A thick question is one that may not have an easy answer, or may be one that can't be found and has to be thought about and discussed. Both types of questions are important and will help to build a very good understanding of the reading material. Question stems. It may be helpful if I give you some question stems. These are just some examples. There are many more. Take a moment and hit pause and read and process the stems. Hit pause now. Welcome back. Did you realize that the thin questions are probably easier to answer? All the thin questions may not be answered in the readings, and that is okay. You may have to do some research, but eventually the responses will not be as developed as a thick questions response. The thick questions will make you think more, process the information read, and use your experiences and opinions to develop a response. These questions will allow you to dig deeper into the reading material and will make you connect to it and find the true meaning. This is just a review of what we have just said about the thick and thin questions. Take a look at it and then move to the next slide. And then we will move to the next slide, sorry. Here is another chart. Take a look at it. They are sample thin and thick questions for possible scenarios and reading. Look at how the same question word who, what, where, when, why, how can be used for both thick and thin questions. The difference is that the actual question being asked is very different. Take a look. We will explore this chart more in class tomorrow, so don't worry if it does not fully make sense. Just take a look at it for a moment and try to understand whatever you can. Hit pause here and take a look at this chart for at least 30 seconds. Welcome back. Now it is my turn. I will read the first paragraph of the extract and model questions that I may have. I'm going to read the first paragraph aloud. Like many other villagers, we have lost our land and can't grow crops. A question I might have right there is, why did the character lose his land? But there are no other jobs in the village as there are in the cities, and we're poor. As poor as the peepal tree is bare in the autumn. Another question I might have is, what is a peepal tree? In the past few months, the hunger has settled permanently in our stomach. So other questions I might have, what type of education does this person have? Does the society that he lives in help the poor? How will he work to make his life better? What could I do to help the people in this society? Now, so this is just a review of some of the questions that I asked. You can take a look at this. Hit pause if you'd like to look at them. Welcome back. Now it is your turn. You will reread the same paragraph and write 2 questions that you have. Make sure the questions are different. Try to make one question a thin one and the other one a thick one. After you are done with that, you will read the second paragraph and come up with at least 2 questions. Try to make one a thick question and one a thin question. You can always come up with more. Okay, so you want to hit pause now and you want to read and do the assignment. So, tomorrow in class, be sure that you have the following assignment. For paragraph 1, at least 1 thin question and 1 thick question. And for paragraph 2, at least 1 thin question and 1 thick question. But you may do more. We will talk about the questions that you created and practice the questioning strategy in greater detail together. Remember, good readers' minds are always working, and you want to ask regular questions of the reading materials to make sure you understand the information to the best of your ability. See you tomorrow.